Welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Romano. What is going on with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general? What is the latest update in my prediction? As I've mentioned in previous videos, that the cryptocurrency, particularly Bitcoin, will be at its lowest in the month of July, between mid-July and mid-August, no later than the first week of September. And I firmly believe that prediction, and I followed it for almost 10 months now. If you'll watch my video on September 3rd, I posted a video concerning my predictions, and you will realize that all of my predictions have been pretty accurate. Not that I make many predictions and other YouTubers say, oh, well, if you make enough predictions, you'll eventually win. Well, in this case, Dr. Hedge Fund doesn't make mistakes because my statistical analysis is very, very accurate compared to other methodologies. Remember, I have a PhD in hedge fund selection. I have a PhD in finance, but my research is all about hedge fund selection. And so that entails how to basically manage your risk when you place a trade. That's what it's about. That's why when I make predictions and you don't win, please don't get upset with me. You have to remember that a trader doesn't have emotions when they trade. They have to learn to get rid of those emotions in order to successfully trade with a clear mind. It's a huge difference when you do that. And so, when I make these predictions for you and I tell you that the SPX is going up or down, or Bitcoin is going up and down, or gold, or whatever it is, or the real estate market, these are predictions that you need to learn how to take advantage of. Bitcoin, so let's look at the whole perspective. Cryptocurrency somehow started dropping this year in the springtime. And you have to say, well, what was happening at that time period? And who was kind of responsible for this? Is it a threat from another government that is threatening our markets, that if we don't, let's say, remove tariffs on that particular country, that they're going to threaten our markets by pulling out? Unfortunately, since it's another government or another entity that could be owned outside the US, you're never going to really know how much capital they have in our markets. Now, you have to say to yourself, well, this is really big, because for Bitcoin to go down and Ethereum the way it did, and to have that threat that happened, that they lost money, you have to say to yourself, was that a plan to bring down cryptocurrency in our markets? Because clearly, cryptocurrency is not pegged to any particular market in a way. It's all based on whether you like it or not, and you believe in it or not. However, in recent years, you have professional traders now trading Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. You have hedge fund managers also taking a part in trading these type of currencies. It's not just the average person placing a trade and hoping it goes up or hoping it goes down or whatever it is. It's a professional environment now, and these type of traders, they create liquidity in our markets. They also smooth out volatility, believe it or not. That's a big, big issue with trading. So when the volatility goes high, you have to say to yourself, well, who's pulling out of our markets? Who's closing their positions for no apparent reason? And that's my prediction. It doesn't make any sense how it just all of a sudden collapses. Now, I seen this move in September, August of 2021, but it didn't make sense as to why it was happening. I just seen the move happening in my statistical analysis, and that told me that around this time period that Bitcoin, because I do my analysis based on Bitcoin because it's the mother of all cryptocurrencies. That's number one. Before we continue the video, Please remember, if you want to say thank you, Anthony, and you enjoy my videos, please do thumbs up. It's right there. Thank you so much. And for my market analysis for the stock market, there's a couple of indices that I use, but I like to use SPX because that is a fine indicator of the best companies in America and what is going on with those companies. Yes, we have a supply chain issue in America, but I don't know if you realize that happened before COVID. As of now, we have a lot of our products being made in one particular country. I'm not going to discuss the country's name because I don't want to get involved. Let's say this. Let's do a analysis. What if that particular country out there has a limit to how much energy that they could use? So let's say in order for a country to grow, you need to increase electric supply for the factories to make more products. At a certain point, they have to continue to either build nuclear power plants, which they're not, or they have to reinvest in more coal plants, which they are, because that particular country relies on creating power from the coal that comes from a particular country, such as Australia. When Australia, let's say, threatens that country, we're not going to be sending any coal unless you get rid of the tariffs on our country, well, that could seriously impact electric and manufacturing. Because if you have to close down a plant because there's not enough electricity, if they're having electric issues, such as we did in New York City back in, I think, what was it, 2003 or 2002, that really affects a lot of stuff. Not only do they have a trade war with us, but the whole world. My prediction is that there's things going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. A lot of threatening that's being discussed back and forth between different countries. For me to look at the charts and say that type of move was a normal move, no, it wasn't. And that's what I didn't understand back in September of 2021. I didn't understand why that move would happen. Because, everyone loves cryptocurrency, and the more people trade, the more it goes up. The more that's invested in cryptocurrency, the more the likelihood of you making more money. Now, of course, everything has a bubble, etc. Do I think that bubble is here? To be quite honest with you, no. Because a lot of people in America aren't investing in the stock market. It's actually a less of a percentage compared to 20 years ago. And so at the crisis of 2009, stock market collapse and the mortgage crisis, a lot of people pulled out of investing their retirements in the stock market, in mutual funds, etc. I don't know if it was 20% decrease or 40%, but many people sold their pensions and they went and bought real estate with that money because they realized that over a 10-year period, real estate does go up. And if you buy an apartment building or you buy a two-family house, you could collect rent and be a landlord. And that also increases not just the equity, but you're making a monthly gain. Whether it's 5% or 7%, it's still a lot. Now, of course, because real estate went up so much and rents really haven't gone up that much, you're not going to get, 10% or 8% or 7%. You're going to make a lot less. But still, it's a solid investment because you actually own a property, a hard asset, such as a gold bullion or gold coins or diamonds. That's a real asset. So a lot of people pulled out of the stock market, and that's why today the stock market is not going to affect so many people like it did in 08 and 09. And for the crisis of now, the Bitcoin collapse or the cryptocurrency collapse, whatever they're going to call it, it doesn't make any sense. Because nothing is behind, okay, well, is it worthless? Or is it priced too high? Doesn't work like that. Someone pulled out of our markets, and it was a threat if we don't get rid of tariffs on that country. That's my prediction. And now I see it play a role in what's happening now. So if the president gets rid of tariffs on that particular country, that's exactly what happened. They threatened our cryptocurrency and our stock market by saying that they were going to pull out if the government didn't do what they wanted. And so this is another big issue because now, of course, Bitcoin and all the cryptocurrencies are going to go up. That's why my prediction is that this month it's going to be at its lowest, or it could be pushed to the first 2 weeks of possibly August. But you have to remember now it's trading sideways. So because it's trading sideways, that also prolongs it from starting to go up. But you have to also remember that a lot of people are on vacation. They're not serious to trade right now. And the summer months are always pretty much, just a slow month for finance. And the real estate market is already starting to take a pullback. Manhattan prices are already coming down. And I'm noticing that a lot of properties are either being pulled off the market because they've been on the market for too long, and they're also coming down in prices. The last time that these properties sold, it seems like it sold every year for the past couple of years, and the price just kept coming down. To say all of a sudden we're going to have a real estate collapse, it has been happening. It just depends where you are in the country and what level and price range you're looking to buy at. So that's my prediction. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please remember, if you like my channel, please subscribe to my channel and do thumbs up if you want to say thank you, Anthony. And finally, share my video with at least 5 people, and please send me messages to the live chat. It's right there. You could just press it and send me a question, whatever it is. I'll answer that question through a video or directly to the live chat. Thank you so much.